Today is International Women's Day, a day that marks the contribution of women to all parts of society. According to a global survey, women have only seen a marginal improvement when it comes to finding a job or being self-employed. Today we have three amazing guests who would like to share their story of success and hopefully inspire more women to chase their dreams. Good morning, Mariska. I'm so honored to have you here with us today.
Thank you so much, Ronald. It's an honor to be here.
Great. Mariska, your inspiration started from Nespresso capsules, and you created a first coffee addiction lamp with more than 1,000 capsules. You then took another step towards creating a campaign of turning trash into treasure. In such a short span of time, you have done incredibly well, Mariska. What is the secret behind your success, and what is your superpower?
Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much. That's a massive compliment. Well, I think it's got to do about following my passion. And when you actually do something that you really love and that you're really passionate about, it doesn't feel like work. So for me, there is some days which I'm literally working 16 hours, 18 hours, some days even 24 hours. And there's never a moment where I feel that I don't love what I'm doing. So I think for me, that's kind of the secret behind what I've accomplished. And for me, it's never been something about, I need to reach this levels. It's always been, I need to be able to wake up in the morning, get up and do something that I love. And I really hope that every single person can actually, any point in their life, actually do what they love and love what they do, because then only, you kind of feel like you'll never work a day in your life, but it also, you'll never stop working.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Right.
I think that's kind of my secret, and just doing what you love.
Right. You have chosen something that's very unusual people do. Did you face any barriers?
That's quite an interesting question. And, in the field that I'm currently working in, so obviously I'm an artist that literally takes trash and turn it into treasure. And I'm also an environmentalist trying to help people live a zero waste lifestyle and reduce the amount of waste that they actually generate. So there has definitely been a large number of challenges. First of all, people kind of look down on trash, like my husband normally calls my car the little trash van because it's always full of trash. Like whenever I see a plastic bottle, I would pick it up and put it in my car and then take it to the recycling facility or actually use it in my art. So there has definitely been some challenges. First of all, to get people to kind of see beyond the trash. So a lot of people would think, oh, you know what, this is just trash. I'm not going to pay for this art, like I can do it at home. So definitely in the beginning, I had a lot of people asking, or rather commenting on that and say, this is a painting made of trash. How can you actually charge that much? Or how can you, expect people to pay for it? You can go to the trash can and get it for free. So I had a lot of critics in the beginning. And I think as it kind of developed and the more people kind of understood the message behind each piece and the reason why I'm doing it, they kind of look at the art differently and really appreciate the kind of beauty behind it as well. And to know that this is waste that would have been actually placed in a landfill, but now it's turned into something beautiful that people can use to decorate their homes. And also it's got a whole story that comes with it that they can kind of have as a great conversation starter.
Right. There are areas in the world where women do not have equal rights. What is your opinion about that?
So I actually just saw a very interesting article yesterday about all the different countries, like from where women actually were given the right to vote. So you had some of the earlier countries, I can't remember whether it was New Zealand, and then the last one, which was in 2011, don't quote me on that date, in Saudi Arabia, where women are actually allowed to vote. So for me, that is something that's very interesting to actually know that just with a voting right, women are so far behind in a lot of countries. And but then on the other hand, if you look at a lot of stuff like with marketing and things like that, women are the people that kind of make the choices in your home. So whether it is from grocery shopping to whether it is you need to buy a new car or something, the women, I feel, is kind of in charge and in power of a lot of those decisions because they do a lot of tasks. So I would say, you know, at the moment, there's still a lot of countries that is not up to top speed with empowering women. But it's getting there, and we can see, you know, especially with Saudi Arabia, where the women are now able to drive, which like feels like a small step, but for them it's huge. And so there's a lot of things like that is happening, which I'm excited about. But the other disadvantage that I feel that women also face is, you know, obviously I'm not a mother, but I know a lot of friends that's mothers. And, you know, kind of the moment when you actually have a child, your whole perspective change. And we as women are kind of expected to put that child always first, which is completely right. But, you know, then unfortunately your job gets second place. And for men, on the other hand, that's not always the case. You know, it's very easy for the men to kind of go back to work after the child is born. You know, so it's all of those kind of barriers that I feel that we as women have to face. And if you just look at like some of the Fortune 500 companies and you look at some of their board members and CEOs, you are seeing more and more women in the industries. So I definitely feel it is actually happening. And also women are fighting like mad to get equal pay, to get equal advantages as well. So I think definitely in the future there is going to be a few game changers. And with the new millennials at the moment, you know, they see kind of things a little bit more equal. So I'm quite excited for that as well. So yeah, that's kind of my take on that.
Great. What advice would you give to women who go through various challenges or who feel demotivated? What would you say to them?
I think, you know, you need to find your tribe. I always tell people, you know, because as women, we are stronger together. And, you know, find whether it is a group or whether it's a friend, and go and have coffee. You know, if you spend some time together, talk about stuff, and you'll see that some problems and issues that you might be facing, other people might have faced previously, and they would be able to give you some advice on that. Or, you know, it might be someone that can give you from their perspective, kind of looked from the outside inside, and they would be able to give you some advice or some mentorship with that. So I would definitely say to women, one of the most important things is get your sisterhood. You know, find that that group of women that you absolutely trust with your life, and you know that when you've had a really, really bad day, that you can pick up the phone and, you know, there'll be someone on the other side giving you some advice, and, you know, then you can kind of grow as well together. And so for me, that's been one of the key elements that I found has helped me quite progress as well. Because sometimes when you've had a client that's not treating you well, or you've got a massive project that's about to fail, sometimes people has already gone through those hurdles. And just by picking up the phone and hearing someone else saying, "It's okay, woman, you've got this," it really gives you some reassurance. So that would be my best advice, is to get your sisterhood and support each other.
Right, that's so nice of you, Mariska, to be with us here today. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
What do you do, Doreen?
I'm a personal shopper working here in Dubai. I do styling sessions for clients.
You mentioned about having a boutique in Jordan.
Yes. Well, I started my own business when I was 19 years old.
Wow.
I decided to open a boutique. I started traveling to different countries. I went to Hong Kong for my first collection. I
Nice.
got unique items, and I started from there. It was an online marketing, so I didn't have a shop.
Right.
So yeah, it was a big challenge for me, and I did succeed in that.
Right. And what are the barriers that you face, especially for online marketing, to get your website up in the top rankings? How did you manage to do all of that?
Well, it wasn't the boom just like now, but I did work on it on Facebook.
Okay.
I opened a page and I started promoting on it.
What inspired you to get into the field of fashion designing?
I've always been into this fashion designing thing since I was a kid.
Right. So was there any motivation, like someone in your family that encouraged you?
My
or-
mom helped me a lot through
Right.
that because she always believed I can do it.
What do you think is the biggest feminist issue in the world?
I would say equality. When women fully fill their potential, everyone benefits. Equality results in better politics and a more vibrant economy.
In our Western society and economy, we are aware of gender diversity and gender balance. But we should never forget that there are areas in the world where women do not have equal rights. What do you have to say about it?
Unfortunately, in some areas on this earth, there is no gender equality. Women are pushing for equal representation in politics, business industry, and throughout working life. We are expecting equal pay for equal work. We seek an end to violence against women. But there is no denying that the case of gender equality has made great progress. Women hold more positions of power. As Queen Rania said, empowerment is contagious. You lift up one woman and she will lift up more women who will lift up more.
Very true. What is your superpower? What makes you successful today?
I'm very optimistic. I always try to see the bright side of things. And the other thing is I'm a very social person, and that helped me in both my personal life and working life.
What advice will you give to women going through various challenges?
Well, you may not always have a comfortable life, but never underestimate yourself. Love yourself, believe in it. Speak your voice, and remember, failure is a pathway to succeed.
Thank you so much for your time, Dareen.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you at our show.
Thank you.
I would like to read an inspiring quote I came across your website. Today, I'm living my dream. I focus on my attention to details and passion for created, personalized, and charming looks for each of my clients on a daily basis. I believe you don't have to be a supermodel to be beautiful. Your charisma is what really matters and shines through. Your words are so beautiful and motivating, Myrna.
Thank you.
What is the secret behind these words, and what is your superpower?
My superpower is being a woman. I mean, like being a daughter with responsibilities and ambitions to reach out for my parents' dreams and hopes. Being the eldest sister in the family, like to be a real role model for my siblings, and being a wife and a lover, and as well as a supporting partner. And the most important thing is that with my proven competences and my talent, I have changed my clients' lives, changed their wardrobes, changed their view for themselves. As like, it's not, you don't need to be a supermodel to be powerful. You don't want to have anything extraordinary to be beautiful. You are beautiful as you are. Just find your personal identity.
So what motivated you into fashion designing or becoming a fashion stylist? How did you get into this?
Yeah, it's just the ambition behind like looking at the beauty from another side. Like everyone has her own kind of beauty, and I just need to highlight it. I need to figure it out. I need to see the body shape. I need to like know the color analysis for each and every single woman. So for me to help them like to empower women and as well to make them feel self-confident and powerful. For me in the early beginnings, I was just like trying to figure this out for myself. I want to find this like how to be powerful, how to always look beautiful, how to always find pieces that will make me look more appealing for others and to make me like comfortable with who I am. And once I find the reasons and once I find the answer for myself, I wanted to spread it out, and I want to every single woman to feel always empowered and to feel always beautiful.
Did you come across any barriers during your setup?
Yeah, a lot. It's just the idea that you need to figure your passion out. It was really a struggle because in our communities, we are like struggling to have like a good orientation. From the early beginning, from when we are children, we have like orientation on like gender basis or orientation on like levels or classes, but for me, I consider orientation was the main barrier. Like I was struggling to find the passion, who I am and who I looking for, and even the barriers around in the social media market and the barriers in all this world are really now barriers, because you are getting lost, you are not getting able to know who you are following people, not able to find your personal identity. So just to find the personal identity in such a world is really a barrier.
What do you think is the biggest feminist issue in the world?
For me, the biggest feminist issue is not to say rules and regulations, not to say men's superiority, not to say rights, not to say any of these. I will say social media, because in my point of view, no one have the right to tell us what the beauty standards are, what the beauty measurements are, how to look more beautiful, how to look respectful, how to look mature, knowledgeable, how to look successful, and what are the ways to being successful. We are now seeing in social media everything that is always bright, all this success, all this happiness, but this is not a true life. This is not the reality. When people are getting to face reality, they are getting shocked with life, and even for like teenagers, they're getting shocked that they are not able to attend what they are seeing and not able to reach out for this. So even for mainly females, they are seeing these skinny ladies, they are seeing the fashionistas, they are seeing these role models that are trying to like influence them, but not in a way like they will feel that this is a real life. We are not seeing tears, we are not seeing problems, we are not seeing hardships, we are not seeing people who are living their real life. We are seeing just models, we are seeing just skinny people, we are seeing this mixing and matching, this fashion weeks, we are not seeing the real life, and this is a real problem for all the women, not to follow these but to find their own personal identity.
What advice would you give to women who are trying to do something in life?
My advice for women, as I advised myself earlier, like even before I reached any of this, and before I even find my personal identity or find any of my goals or achieve any of my goals, I was like just like dominated with fear, with worry, with stress, with overthinking, but just I chill out and let go. For every woman, I just say like, you have your own beautiful, you have your superpower, you have your talents, you have your passion, just follow it. Don't just give excuses that it's men's superiority, or give excuses with rights, or give excuses with any other circumstances, because it's only you. You are the barrier for yourself. You are the excuse that you are giving. You are the only like hardship you are standing in front of your growth. Just chill out, relax, go for it, and everything will go in line, and you will reach everything that you're looking for. And like all the world will be supporting you, just if you get out of your comfort zone and take this first step. And as Oprah Winfrey said, breathe, let it go, and just make sure that today and now is the only thing that you know is sure.
Do you see any improvement when it comes to equality for females around the world?
Yeah, sure. Now we have the right to speak. Now we have even the right to express ourselves. You know that in the beginning of the world, we were like suppressed of even speaking, but now we have the right to speak. We have the right to just express what we want in life. We have the right to get out of our comfort zone, and in every community we have the facilities, just we need to see it. We have the things that we can do and to follow our passion in, but just we need to be like more aware of it. Even if we still have like a little bit of inequality, a little bit of suppression, we have more freedom now. We have the right to speak, just to make sure to use it properly.
Would you like to give a message?
Yeah, I guess my only message is that just to follow our passion, to find the answer inside ourselves, because we have the answer, nobody else have the answer. And for every woman, just don't say it's the rights, it's the men, it's everything in the world. It's just ourselves. We are the barriers. Just release this barrier and let's go.
Thank you so much, Meena, for your time. It was really great to have you on the show.
Thank you
so much. Thank you.